Welcome to a new episode of our podcast series AI Proof. Here we talk about the future.
Welcome back to a new episode of the AI Proof podcast. Today we're talking about a topic that sounds simple, but it's actually very powerful. We're talking about AI belongs to all of us. How can civil society help shape the development of AI? To discuss this, we have today's guest here, Noel Bangne. Welcome here, Noel. It's really nice to have you here. Could you briefly introduce yourself and tell us what you do?
Yes, of course. And thank you for having me. I am a digital learning specialist and AI specialist at Norlys. And I also run my own company called AI with Noel. And in both Norlys and in my own business, I identify how AI can be used in workflows and in our daily life.
Thank you for that. Can I ask you, how did you get into artificial intelligence?
Yes, you can. It was actually by a mistake, if I could call it that. In my field of digital learning, I normally create all the creation for our materials myself. But then I started trying to use Midjourney to create some images and stuff for our digital learning. And then I actually got intrigued with how it works, because every time I prompted something, I could get an output from my imagination. So I kept diving into it and began to use it in my work when I work with text. And then I could see the improvement, how I got better and better, and how I could create some workflows that could help me in my everyday life. So then I just started to see a lot of videos on YouTube and researching a lot of articles and stuff like that to improve myself and try to have my own workflows set up in how I do things. And yeah, that led to now I'm working on the mindset, how to use AI generally, not only the tools, but how we can use it in our daily life.
Thank you very much. That sounds really good. Let's start with the first question. Right now, who actually has the most power how AI is developed and deployed?
I'll say the big tech companies and Google DeepMind, OpenAI, Microsoft, Amazon. That's the big four that have AI deployments, systems, chatbots, as most people know them. They're the ones shaping how AI is used today and which type of features there are in those chatbots. So yeah, that will be my answer, that the big tech giants at the moment.
Thank you very much. In your view, how can civil society actually shape the development and use of AI?
We can do that by speaking up, actually, by challenging the tech companies, the big four I just named. And we can do that by being more interested in how AI works and how we can use it in our daily life. Because at the moment, if we look at Denmark, then the most Danish people use AI when we want an output. We are not thinking about how AI is integrated in our daily life. And if we look at the places such as the Emirates, they already had an AI strategy before AI was popular. So we as a civil society have to think about getting a strategy in how we can use it and integrate it in our schools, in our communities, and also in our workplaces. So if we want to impact the change on how AI is worked and how it's used in our daily life, then we have to be curious about it. We have to try to think about how we can use it in our daily life.
And do you think the civil society is already involved in this process, or do you think it's too less?
As I see it now, then I think that we are getting more and more involved in it, and that's due to the technology is getting bigger and bigger. But we are still a long way from being there. We are still seeing AI as a gimmick and not a purposeful tools that we can use, such as, if you think about it, if we have to work now, we think about using tools such as Microsoft Office, for example, this Microsoft Suite. That's our go-to when we want to write something or want to make a cheat sheet or anything else. And that's the same way we have to think about when we want to integrate AI in our daily life. So we have to have this AI first mindset. So we don't start to using AI when we are done with a product, but we have to think in how we can get AI into the steps developing a product.
Mhm. Thank you for that. And what happens if the civil society is not involved in shaping AI?
We will lose our voice. We will let the tech companies reshape the future, actually, in my opinion. The future in how AI is integrated in our daily life and how we use it. If we speak up and tell and show how we want to deploy and use AI in our daily life, then we are also a part of the change and a part of the big change that is coming in some years.
Mhm. And what are the risks if only tech companies and the government is involved in shaping AI?
As I said before, that will reshape our daily life and reshape how AI is integrated in our daily life. Because at the moment, if you think about who's using AI the most of the time, we'll if you see it globally, then if you look at the global north, then we are using all those tools such as ChatGPT and Google Gemini, that is paid tools. So if we want to be more involved, then we can look at the global south, how they use it, and a lot of them use the open source models. So they are choosing models that can be reshaped to their needs. So that's how we have to approach it. Also, we can use the tools that are provided right now, but we have to think about how we can include it in our daily life and how we use it, basically.
Thank you for that opinion.
Mm.
This episode's title is AI Belongs to All of Us. What does this actually mean in practice beyond being a nice slogan?
It means that we have to get involved. We have to show interest in the changing wave that's coming, and it will come. Many people look at AI today and think, as I said before, as a gimmick, and they are using it for fun to create some not productive products, if I may say. And if we want to be a part of that, then we have to get involved. So AI is for all, because it's going to be a big part of our future. And we have a saying in it also. We have to push for more transparency in how AI is created and how the tools that are on the market are created and which type of informations are used in those AI tools. And yeah, that's why it's for all of us, because it's going to reshape how we do things and how we live.
Thank you for that. Do you have any other advice how young people can help shape the development of AI?
Be curious and be skeptic at the same time. Think about how you can use it in your future and in your development. If we see it as the way that is coming and how it works at the moment, if we look at the job market, then many companies are beginning to look into how AI can be used in those companies. And if we think about how our school system, for example, here in Denmark works at the moment, we are not integrating AI in our education. We are not integrating AI in how the students should use it. And again, if I take my answer about the Emirates, how they did, they thought about a strategy that could include AI in the community, and they had a strategy about being a leading AI country. So we have to take the same approach, and to do that, the youngs, if I can say that, I'm 34, but the younger generation have to think about how they can include it today to enhance the competencies they have today, but also their weaknesses. So I will say, start easy, be skeptic, be curious, and start using it on small tasks, and then iterate on it and analyze it, and then try to improve how you want to be a part in the job market and in the future.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that. That was a really nice answer.
Also,
And yeah, that was already my last question I had actually. Thank you very much, Noel, for being here. It was such a pleasure to have all your insights. And if you like this episode, make sure to tune in again for next episode. And don't forget to follow our project on our website and on our social media channels. And don't forget, stay curious and critical.